What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Mitchell with MITHGO Outdoor Services, Colfax, North Carolina. And no, your eyes are not tricking you. There are two Grand L, I was about to say two Grand L4760s. I'm so used to saying that. But anyway, there are two Grand Ls behind me, my L4760 and a brand new L6060. Gonna do a quick walk around of this and show you what is different with this, why it's here in the fleet, and what may be down the road for the 4760. All right, you guys, so anyone that's been following me knows that this is my Grand L4760. I've had this thing for 3 years now. I've done a few things to it, added on some aftermarket products. I can see the tooth bar on the bucket. I've got 511 Designs a grill guard. I changed out the guards down here for the control arms, things like that. Just beefed those up. And also added these tie down points, so if you can see that right there. But anyways, that's about the only thing that I added to this thing aftermarket. It did have the top and tilt kit on the back. I just swapped it over and put it on the 6060. But anyways, got the rear wheel weights, always a tongue twister. And I had the front tires foam filled. Why all the extra weight on a compact tractor? Well, I do a lot of gravel driveway repairs, and the extra weight helped with, packing down the rock when I didn't need to, rent a roller. And it also helps with traction, out on properties and things like that. So with counterbalancing, if you will. But anyways, I love this tractor. Right now I've got 448 hours on the clock, and I've loved this tractor. However, it was all I could afford at the time, and I really wanted this, the L6060. L60, 60 horsepower, 60 series, L60 series. And this one is brand new. I think it's got about 8 hours on the clock. So it just got in, I think a couple weeks ago. And full disclosure, this tractor is owned by Kubota Corporation. So I'm a Kubota partner, ambassador, whatever you want to call it. So this is a loaner, a demo, if you will, for the foreseeable future. So I was able to and blessed to be able to spec this tractor out with the bells and whistles that I wanted, that I wasn't able to afford on my 4760. So what are some differences? Why the L6060 over the L4760? Easy, more power. There's 53 horsepower at the rear PTO on the L6060, which is considerably more than the 4760. I don't remember the number on the back of that one. I do apologize. I will add it here in the video, but considerably more power on the rear PTO. And I do some farm maintenance, bush hogging, rotary cutting, whatever you want to call it, brush hogging. And there's been some times when the L4760 has got bogged down with a 72-inch cutter in some really thick, tall grass. Not knocking it, it's just doing all it could do. So I have already had the 6060 out on the same property and running an 84-inch cutter. So I've got a new RCR 1884 by Lamprod for the 6060, and the thing went through like butter, cut my cutting time down considerably. So those 53 horsepower at the rear PTO are already coming in handy. Now, again, why did I get this tractor? Why did I want this one? I love the Grand L. It is a perfect size tractor for the services that I offer. And why a tractor over a skid steer? I get that question all the time, and that's cool. And the answer is simply, I can drive this tractor on people's finished lawns, properties, things like that, with care and ease, and I'm not having to factor in turf repair because it's just a lot more turf friendly. Now, it does have the R4 tires, and if you're wondering, these look different, that's because this is a new tire from Titan that is Kubota branded. So as you can see right there, it has got Kubota on it with the Kubota K. There's Kubota Ks all over this tire, but it is an R4 tire. It's got the R4 lugs, but it looks more aggressive. And I love the way this thing looks, but it looks more aggressive because it's got these little cuts in the tread, like siping, if you will. Just a really cool looking tire. And my 4760 has got the standard R4s on it. Nothing wrong with those. This is just something new that Kubota has started doing, and I really like it. It's a really cool look. So some differences right here on the front. This one has the bolt-on cutting edge, which is a wearable part down there. As you can see, the nuts and bolts going across. It's got that blade on the bottom, the cutting edge, so that wears and not your bucket. This is an upgraded feature. The whole entire bucket is completely different than that one. I opted for the standard bucket. Again, not cutting corners, but it's just all I could afford at the time 3 years ago when I got that tractor. It was also the height of COVID. It was hard to get stuff, and this one was already on the lot, so that's what I went with. But as you can see right here, totally different construction. It's got like this tubular bar that runs across, whereas this one is just like the stamped and bent metal, so you can see it right there. So just a more deluxe option. On the front, I've got the third remote for operating a grapple, same as on my 4760. What else? The 6060 comes with a different wheel on the back, and you can see that right there. So this is the wheel weights that are for the L6060. Notice the holes and just the different way that this looks compared to the wheel weights on my 4760. It's like a smooth dish. So that right there is just a different wheel. And I opted to have Sink Farm Equipment, my Kubota dealer, flip these wheels so that I got a wider track. So this L6060 sits, I think my salesman Greg said, don't hold me to it, maybe 3 inches wider than my 4760. And I could already tell the difference when I was out bush hogging and I had this thing on some slopes. I could already tell that it was more stable. So I'm going to show you right here. Hopefully you can make that out. So I've got about 3/4 of a hand width of tire sticking out, and I'll show you the difference over here on my 4760. As you can see, a lot less tire sticking out, so about half my hand. Just helps with slope stability, things like that, and the peace of mind of having a wider track in the back. I got the rear window defroster. You can see the lines going across the glass, and I also ordered this one with the rear window, the rear window wiper. I didn't get that on mine. Again, my 4760 was already on the lot, so I bought it as equipped. But anyway, this one has the rear window defroster and the rear wiper. And the only thing different on the inside that's of any significance is that right there. So that is the air ride seat, deluxe option. So when the tractor's on, that's the switch right there for it. Push it up and it inflates the airbags in it. Push it down and it releases it. So and there's a little graph, little bar right there on the front. Shows you where to put that little arrow so the seat is adjusted for your height. Let me see if I can get a better view over this way. So yeah, there you go. It is a cloth seat as opposed to the standard seat, which I would say is like a like a heavy duty vinyl. So it's going to take some getting used to this one. The standard seat is real easy to like slide in and out of when you're getting out of the tractor. Obviously this being cloth, it grips your pants a little bit better, so you can't slide out of this seat as easily. Definitely not a con, it's just something to get used to. Really nice seat, and I could definitely tell the difference when I was out bush hogging at that farm. This thing takes the bumps and stuff a little bit better, absorbs those bumps better, and it should. I mean, it's an upgrade, a much more premium option. So that right there. Let's see what else. It's got the standard work lights. The L60 has been around for several years, and you can tell because it still has some of the older technologies on it, and nothing wrong with that, but I can go ahead and say it because it's already been unveiled. I know when this video goes live, there's no secrets, but Kubota just unveiled their Grand L70, and there's been some confusion. No, that is not 70 horsepower, it's the 70 series. So the new 70 series 60 horsepower, it'll say L6060. So these two numbers is the horsepower, the last two numbers is the series. So I can't wait to see one in person. It is completely different than the 60 series. New look on the outside, all new cab, all new stuff on the inside. So I'll save that for later. But you know, some things that, you know, are a nod to the past is, you know, still got the old school halogen work lights, these bars that stick out with these, you know, universal like two-way lights on the back, like just some older technologies that, you know, they've been time tested and approved. However, you know, it's a nod to the past. So, and a lot of that stuff has changed on the L70. So anyways, that is the Grand L6060 in a nutshell. And again, I should have this thing for the foreseeable future, probably through the spring, maybe summer of next year, I don't know. It's all going to depend on what Kubota would like from me. But anyways, if you got any comments, questions about the L6060, let me know down below, or about the L4760. So again, I've got way more seat time on that thing and a lot of experience. However, this is very, very familiar because it's still a Grand L. It's just got more power. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I hope to pump out some more content. I'm getting more motivated to do YouTube videos. I know I fell off the map there for a couple years, but hoping to pump out some more videos. So let me know down below what you'd like to see. Thanks for your support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, helps the channel out, helps pump it out to some other people that may want to see this content. So thank you guys for following along. Have a wonderful day.